Good evening, Derwin, and good evening, Joe.
Hey Pat, hey Joe.
Hey Darwin,
Welcome
hey Pat.
on to another edition of SportsView, and we're streaming out live on our pages there. You can make comments straight into the studio with us, and we'll be more than happy to accommodate you, so to speak. I'm wearing my Brazilian jacket. They just won their match against my favourite team, Japan. They beat them 2-1. So they go on to meet, who do we say they're meeting next? The winners of Norway or the Ivory Coast. That's who they're meeting next. So my World Cup final is half finished. I don't think Cape Verde will beat Argentina, lads, will they?
Depends how many Argentinian players go out.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Yeah.
was it was it inevitable that Clark stepped down as manager of Scotland?
I'm sorry, what was that one, Pat?
Clark he stepped down as
Yeah.
manager of Scotland. He's there a long time, is he?
Well, yeah, he is, but I think that the criticism he got is really unfair.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
I mean, he's got them to a World Cup that they haven't been in for 20 odd years.
Yes.
And, I mean, you look back when Ferguson took him that time, and what was his name? Ali McLeod took him when they had what they believed was the best Scottish team ever, and they didn't make it anywhere in it either. You know,
No.
and he's gone. Let's be very honest. Scottish football is a little bit like Irish football and Welsh football right now. We're we're mediocre, all three nations at best. And
Well, you
if
could
you,
add. I mean, you could add England to that with their performances so
yeah,
far.
yeah,
You could.
you could argue that as well. Yes, yes, you could.
You
And
could.
I certainly don't see, um, I certainly don't see England bringing it home. That's for sure. The way they've played up to now,
No.
and
Joe,
I just
he doesn't look like he's playing a settled team at all, does he?
no, no, and it looked like the way he was talking in the beginning was that they were going to play like a Premier League team that's going to be on the front foot and go forward and do all this, do all that. And all I've watched is passing around the back, passing into midfield. Uh, the lad from Nottingham Forest going backwards with it
Elliot
instead of
Anderson.
going forwards. Yeah, Elliot
Yeah.
Anderson. And it's like, you know, you're not going to beat these teams like that because, just like you said, we don't have enough, or England doesn't have enough individually great forwards or a midfielder that can actually go by you, that can dribble by you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we just watched Japan and Brazil there. I mean, I'm I'm sorry to tell you, lads, that I'm down here in Palm Springs, sunny Palm Springs. Sue and I came down for our wedding, so I'm at the airport.
Well,
Uh,
we'll switch off in a minute.
yeah, oh, yeah, right, yeah.
I,
So
I'm,
and
wear, I'm wearing my Brazilian jacket.
yeah, so and I just watched the end of the Brazil match,
Yeah.
and again, Japan made one mistake there. The fullback, if he had tucked in just a little bit, would have cut out the through ball to Martinelli,
Yeah.
and he got caught the same way as the South African guy got caught yesterday against Canada. Is
Yeah.
if he had tracked back 5 more yards, he'd have been goal side of that guy, and your
Yeah.
man wouldn't have won the ball cleanly, and it could
That's
have been a
true.
different game.
True.
So I mean, it's just, and I was talking to somebody at Sue and I were out at lunch, and the guy at the table next to us was saying about, oh, Brazil are playing Japan. Japan are going to get killed. And I said, guys, I don't agree with you. I said, Japan are technically a very, very good team.
Yeah.
They're they're
Yeah.
not they're not just technically good. They're athletically good. They're fast, and they are tenacious.
Yes.
They they are they are not a fun team to play against. You know, they're at you at they're biting at you every time you get the ball.
Well,
And I said,
Yeah.
they beat Brazil last time,
yeah, yeah,
and they beat England.
yeah.
When every team can beat England with respect.
Oh, here we go. I
What did
just,
I'm sorry, I missed that one. What did he
he
say?
said, "Oh, anybody can beat England. Cheeky git."
But I thought Harry Kane was a striker. Is he playing midfield as well?
But
Well,
yeah, but if you watch them, they're not. Joe's just hit the nail on the head. There's no creativity, is there?
None,
You
none.
don't go. You watch it and you don't go. Oh, nearly. Oh, nearly got it through. There's nothing.
yeah,
And you what? The
Is
only
it-
one that's impressed me so far out of the England team is Rashford. And yes, we know Rashford's going to be on the left hand side, try and cut in on his right foot. But he's the only one to me who looks like he wants to score a goal.
And Rashford is the only one that impressed me in taking on the defence,
Yeah,
taking them on. Every time he got the ball, he has one thing on his mind. But people are talking about Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham looks very well when he's playing with Real Madrid. But look at the players he has around him with Real Madrid. They're not at the English team.
I
They're
think
Real Madrid.
if you watch Bellingham, to me, Bellingham is a little bit too much of a. He wants to be everywhere and do everything, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, Harry Kane comes wandering back because he's not getting any service, and
Well, I
then
mean, yeah. Go on, Darren. Sorry,
no, go
you
on.
weren't finished. No, you weren't finished. So sorry.
But I mean, it's clear Declan Rice is injured
Yeah,
and he's playing with an injury. You've got Saka who is playing with an injury, and you kind of go, well, to me, I mean, I nodded off during the last England game against Panama,
yeah,
and
yeah.
kind of go, that's kind of wrong, isn't it? I shouldn't be falling asleep during an England game in the World Cup.
No, not. And I
I
mean,
think I
I
like.
suppose
I thought they played okay against Croatia, but I don't think Croatia are the same team as they used to be.
Right.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
but I think what Pat, what you're saying, and it's true. But the whole point of Harry Kane dropping into midfield with the two attacking midfield players that they had, Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham, they're supposed to be going in behind him once he drops in, and
Yeah.
no one goes in there. And if they do go in there, they're not looking for the pass in there.
And the one player, as you said, Darwin, I agree with you, is Rashford. When he came on, he changed the whole dynamic of the team.
He's the
He
only
came on.
one that looks like he wants to score a goal.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
I have to agree with Joe. The amount of passing that goes sideways or backwards, sideways and backwards. I get, I understand what Pep Guardiola says about if the other team haven't got the ball, they can't score a goal.
We know that. Yeah.
But when you're passing it round your own box and in your own half, you ain't going to score a goal from your own box, are you?
No.
Well, that's the whole point of it right there, and what you're talking about. But City passed around the back to go forward to
Yeah,
penetrate, and then they ended up on the edge of your 18-yard line, and that's when they put teams under so much pressure. That's when they started scoring goals because teams were on the defensive all the time, and eventually, and how quickly they play the ball. That's the difference.
yeah,
How quickly they move the ball from the back into midfield to the front. And when you look at the likes of what's his name, uh, the little Portuguese guy that went to Real Madrid, Bernardo Silva. You
yeah,
know,
Yeah.
he is a guy that goes at people and doesn't mind attacking people in midfield and getting them uncomfortable and then passing the ball
Yeah.
wide or forward if it's on. And those are the kind of players that they had. And England doesn't have that. When Spain were very good, when they had Xavi and Iniesta, they were very good at doing the same thing. They could
yeah,
pass all day long, but they would all pass. And then they would take somebody on and expose them, and then they're playing behind them. And then the rest of them would push on. But that's not happening with England, you
Now
know?
we know. We know in the world of sport how very important the World Cup is, but it would be remiss of me if I didn't mention another historic event that happened in Limerick over the weekend in our world of hurling. Joe, you know Martin Waters, man who used down with us. Martin Waters, you probably heard it, did you?
Oh yeah, my
His
cousin.
son, his son Shane was the captain of the Limerick minor hurling team that won the All Ireland for the first time in 42 years on Saturday. Well done, Shane. Well done, Martin. I forget your mum's name. Well done, mum, as well. But we had hoped they'd be on the show tonight, but obviously with the excitement of the win, they're probably celebrating, and rightly so. But well done to them all. I thought I'd mention that, you know. It was I was watching the match. It was a great match, you know. They got a goal and a point in the end, bang, and to win it by 1 point. But it doesn't matter how much you win it by, you know.
Who did they beat in the final? Was it Tip they beat in the final?
Tipperary, yeah,
Yeah,
Tipperary,
yeah,
yeah,
I saw that. Well, congratulations to Martin and Shane. Well done, lads.
yeah.
Great job.
Now,
Great job.
we we leave soccer there for a minute and we'll come back to the minute. Rugby union, we just finished with a few things in rugby union. The top 14 final in France was held over the weekend. I don't know if anybody see it except myself. But a cracking game, lads. It just any sport that's played by top class players in that sport is worth watching. Toulouse took on Montpellier, the team that I was eulogizing all the year in the grand final, and Toulouse came out on top by 28 points to 20. A brilliant game of rugby, and well done to Toulouse. Well done to Montpellier as well. For there was some man mountain, some huge men on the team. I don't know how smart they saw it, but they did. But it was a great game of rugby. Well done. Congratulations to Toulouse. And that out after plays with France, Dupont. He was playing number 9 for Toulouse. Great player. The Under 20 World Championship was on in rugby over the weekend. Wales beat Georgia 25-24, and Spain, is it? Oh yeah. No, South Africa beat Uruguay 104 to 7. Italy beat Scotland. No, Italy lost to Scotland 32-38. Ireland were beaten by England 34-27, and Argentina beat the US 78-14, and New Zealand beat Japan 38-21. That's still going on in the group stages. That's the Under 20 World Championship. Fiji were beaten by France 43-13, and Australia beat Spain 90-22. So they're all group matches. They're all going there. Over in America, in Scotland, in golf, I was on to Durham before we started, and the Travellers Championship. So the playoff was between Scotty Scheffler and Victor Hovland. It was on today. Hovland came out on top there at 21 under. An astonishing score again, 21 under. And it was just, I just can't get over the scoring in golf, you know. It's just, we've spoken about it here nearly every week. It's
But
astonishing.
if you think about it, they go to the resort courses, they put the money up. The week before, you saw Shinnecock
Yeah,
tear them apart. They can't knock it round Shinnecock in 21 under.
no, no,
Uh, there's to me now. I'm getting to the point now where I only want to watch the majors because the majors, other than Augusta, the three other majors are played on really tough golf courses.
they are the true test of golf, are they?
I think they are. I mean, when you see Shinnecock, not only have you got to drive it straight, you've got to hit it in the right place on the green, and they're trying to hit it in little pockets on those greens because trying to leave the easiest of putts. I've played Shinnecock. Shinnecock greens are like someone planted a VW Beetle underneath the green and put turf over it. I
Yeah,
mean, they are like all over the place.
yeah,
And you watch if you miss the green, you could take 3 or 4 shots to get down from missing the green.
yeah,
But if you watch it, what one under won it over 4 rounds.
I think so. One or two under, yeah.
No, it's one
That's
under
right.
won it, yeah.
Yeah,
And but when they then go like the week after they go to the Travellers, it's a great tournament, but they play it on a resort course where the three of us could go and play on Monday after the tournament, and there's no rough. The fairways as wide as they can get.
yeah.
PGA Tour is built for TV. No one wants. Once in a blue moon, you want to watch them struggling around Shinnecock. But on TV, you don't want to watch that every week because you switch off.
You would. You
Because
would.
if you look at if you take the majors out of the schedule, out of the calendar, I bet you now that the average win in total is probably 18, 17, 18 under par
Yeah,
on a
it's true.
regular tour event.
As you said, when you have the likes of Bryson DeChambeau driving a ball 400 yards, it's just astonishing.
But if
Astonishing.
Yeah,
you put Bryson DeChambeau at 427, driving the ball at 427, you put him on a resort course where the fairways are like runways, can go even further because he's not now trying to hit the fairway. At Shinnecock, he's reining it in because he's got to hit the fairway because the premium is on fairway green.
Yeah, it
When they
is.
play these other courses on the PGA Tour, they can just blast it wherever they want because the rough,
yeah.
because they
I mean,
can't play the rough for that week because the following week they've got to cut it all back for the average golfer who's staying there to go and play,
Yeah,
and they can't do that.
yeah.
yeah,
So there's no
And
rough.
you could say the same about the Ryder Cup. I mean, that makes it interesting as well
Yeah,
because it's a whole different kettle of fish from these guys, like you said, playing resort courses every week.
Well,
yeah,
well,
You know,
well,
and
well. It will be very interesting the Ryder Cup in the Dale Manor in September. The likes of Bryson DeChambeau and McIlroy driving there.
they'll at their manner they will already be fertilising that rough and growing it in. They'll be
yeah,
narrowing those fairways down because when you play the Ryder Cup, if it's in Europe, Europe can set the course up how they want. When
Yeah,
it's America, America set the golf course up. And if you remember a couple of years back, I think it was two or three Ryder Cups back. I can't remember who the captain was, but the American captain got slaughtered because he didn't make the rough up. He didn't grow the rough up because the rough in America is very different to the rough in Europeans. But
yes,
at the same time, most of those Ryder Cup players are playing in America anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a relief when they come back over here to play out of our rough because our rough is nowhere near as penal as America is.
it's a different type of grass, is it?
Yeah, it's different grass. You've got Bermuda, you've got all kinds of ryegrass going in the rough. You've got there's probably about 20 different types of grass. Whereas we have actually got meadow grass.
Yeah,
You know, ours really is just normal grass. It's the same grass that you've
yeah.
got in the garden patch. Just
Well,
maybe a bit greener, a bit thicker.
thanks for clearing that up now, Joe. On so Hovland won 2.65 million for his weekend. He beat Sheffield in the playoff. Lowry finished at minus 13. He had a good finish. He'd gone to 68, 65, 64, and 70, which would be ordinarily a very good 4 rounds of golf, but he was nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, which goes to show. In the DP World Tour, we had the Italian Open. Eugenio Lopez Chacara from Spain won that, wait for it, at minus 24, 24 under, 66, 65, 65, and 64 was his 4 rounds. I mean, minus 24, your eyes would water. That's 600 for each round, you
Yeah.
know.
It,
Anyway,
it is just set up as a birdie fest. Every event is, other than the
yeah,
majors. And maybe the Players Championship isn't like that either. But
yeah.
I mean, it is.
Well,
I thought watching Shinnecock was fascinating
I,
because
I thought it was a very good test for golfers.
Well, you can see that they're making a par and they're like really happy with a par.
Exactly, exactly.
And
I mean,
that's a testament to the golfers, how good the golfers.
now in the Italian Open, yeah, the Italian Open. There's a question there first. I just got it. I'll call it out now. In the Italian Open, your man won 450,000 euro as opposed to the money in America, which is incredible. Anyway, in the ladies Czech Open and the ladies European Tour, our own golfer here from up the road, Anya Dunnigan, she played the 3 rounds. She's on her rookie year as a professional, and she's doing very well. She's sponsored by EI Electronics, are one of the sponsors. That's where my son works. He's one of the sponsors for them. Uh, anyway, Komuliainen from Finland was the winner. I was thinking of her name this morning, but I won't say it again. She was from Finland, the winner. And the three Irish girls, she finished at minus 18. Olivia Mahaffey was at minus 12. Sarah Byrne minus 10 and Arnie Dunnigan minus 6. So they all did really well in the field. And the women's PGA, their major in America, Heron Hoy finished that in minus 13. She won 73. She was 10 shots behind after the first round. That was the winner. And she won it by 73, 64, 68, and a 70. She won over $1 million for that. Sponsored by KPMG. Nice money. So she was the winner of the women's major. And Leona McGuire finished down the field. I think she was finished. She finished at God, I didn't write it down. I think she finished at minus 4 or 5 or something like that. But she did well from a disastrous start. But she did well. And Formula One was in Austria over the weekend, and Russell won, Verstappen second, and Antonelli third. And after that, the standings for the Grand Prix are Antonelli won 7-1, Russell won 3-1, and Lewis Hamilton won 2-5. I think they're in Silverstone next weekend. Are they that one? I think.
Yeah, British Grand Prix, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Silverstone. If anybody has a free ticket for it, they can let us know. Yeah,
Anyway,
Silverstone.
yeah, I
It's
did.
always it's always a good weekend away, is it?
Oh, it bored me senseless. That would.
Tell me something. How far away from London is Silverstone?
Probably hour and a half.
Oh.
Hour and a half from North London.
So if we landed in London, you could give us a spin down, could you?
Yeah, yeah, I'll drop you off.
There you are, Joe.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I agree with Darwin there. I mean, you're at an event that you're sitting down, and it's like a flash going by you, and then you're waiting for it to come around again. Unless you can actually get down into the pits and beforehand and mix with people,
Yeah,
then it's it really isn't that interesting because it's very, like I said, I mean, like it's like Billy Whiz, like running across you and then disappearing, you know,
It's
and
like
you
a
don't know
it's like
what's
a
going on.
blur going past you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, it is, and that's why I find it really, really interesting. I'm not knocking it, but people follow it and love it. But
yeah,
you know, it doesn't seem like my kind of entertainment.
yeah.
You
We have
know,
a question here from my friend. He's watching the show. He says, um, maybe for you, Darwin, I point it to you. What do you think of the English cricket captain Ben Stokes retiring?
There's been loads over here on the radio about it. That he's had a big fallout with the manager, the coach or whatever, and that he didn't get backed up because if you listen to Stoke, he he was involved in that nightclub thing after the last test, and he got a ban for the next match. but he wasn't involved in the nightclub incident. He was there, but he wasn't involved in it.
Yes, I know. Understand that.
What they've done is that they've created, if you're part of the England setup, whether you're in the top 22 and you're signed on that England contract, that there's a curfew that you have to be in bed by 11 o'clock. And what Stokes was saying is that the test match finished. And what the England cricket board is saying is that it doesn't matter if the test is finished. And his argument is, well, what if I went out with my wife for dinner one night and we went somewhere afterwards for a dance or something? Are you telling me that's wrong, even though there's no cricket going? So he's had a massive fallout, and I think the way um, the way it was announced was Stokes, I think, put his two fingers up to the English cricket board
And walked away.
by saying, this is gonna get announced while I'm out on the field playing. And as it happens, as they announced it at Lords that this is Ben Stokes retiring after this test match, the next ball he bowls the guy out. And you look at it just go, but there's so much more in the background of this story than meets the eye. And I think Stokes has just said, I'll bollocks to it. I don't need it.
Okay, Joe, you can order some lobster there from the waiter.
Yeah. So it's funny though, how they treat things differently. And of course, I know we're talking about a long time ago, but in 1970, when Bobby Moore was accused of stealing that bracelet in
Mexico.
Bogota, I think it was in Mexico. Was it Mexico or
I think it was Mexico,
in
isn't it?
Colombia?
Oh,
Were
was
they
it?
in Colombia? And he was arrested and kept back, and then eventually joined up with the team in Mexico, I think. And you know, he played in the World Cup afterwards, and there was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So it's kind of like I mean, I don't know. It's I saw a good one about Roy King. We were talking about him earlier. I
Yeah,
saw I saw a little excerpt from him that the team showed up for the Ireland team always met on a Sunday after the Saturday weekend games,
yeah.
and John was the same. John was really good. John Giles, Jack, they were all great. And the lads came in and said, "Well, we're going out for Jack. We're going out for beer." And they said, "Well," Jack said, "Okay." I said, "Lads, 12 o'clock curfew." He said, "Well, Jack, 12 o'clock curfew. We'll we'll never get back for that. We won't be able to find a taxi and what have you." And he said, "Okay." He said, "A 2 o'clock curfew." He said, "But if we do a 2 o'clock curfew, again, we'll go to a nightclub and it'll close and we won't be able to get a taxi. So we won't be able to get back." "Okay." He said, "I'll see you tomorrow in training." So, so the next day anyway, they train and the lads are all like hungover and they're training like crap. And Jack is interviewed in the on the TV that night, RT that night. And he goes, "Yeah," he said, "Jeez," he says, "I've never seen the team look so sharp. They were flying around in training today."
I, I don't know if you've seen the clip on ATV with Roy Keane and Gary Neville. They're showing funny little clips, and they're at Wembley for I think it was an FA Cup final, and the crowd are singing "Sweet Caroline," and
Yeah.
that Mark Tugat turns around and says to Roy Keane and Gary Neville, "Do you like a little bit of Neil Diamond?" And Gary Neville goes, "Actually, we've been to a Neil Diamond concert in Manchester." And like Pugat turns around to Roy Keane and goes, "You really, Roy?" And he went, "Yeah." Neville's wetting himself, right, at this
Yeah.
stage. And he's gone, "Well, what's the story? Why are you laughing so much?" he turns around, Roy Keane turns around, he goes, I got into a bit of trouble that night. And at the concert, and like he's Mark Pugac just turned around and gone, how can you get into trouble at a Neil Diamond concert? He said, well, the woman sitting next to me was singing all the songs. I told her to shut up. I want to listen to him, not her. Out. He said, my wife me. The steward came down and said, you're going to have to either shut up and put up with it or go home. And he went, well, I can go home then, like this. And he turned around to the missus and said, come on then. And she said, I ain't going. I'm having a great time. And he waited outside for her. So when you see Gary Neville telling the story, he is wetting himself, Gary Neville. So Roy laughing as well at the end. He said, how do you go to a Neil Diamond concert getting in
Yeah,
trouble?
Gary Neville was saying that he was playing one match for Man United, and at the time, his relationship, he had broken up with his girlfriend or someone like that, and he said he wasn't feeling the best during the game. And Roy Keane piped up in the middle of the conversation and he said, you could still stop the crosses coming into the box, that's your job. instead of making instead of making excuses.
There's some great little quips between them two when they're on that football podcast where
Yeah,
it turns
Yeah.
around like Gary Neville would say how many caps he had for England, and Roy Keane literally goes, Jesus, that's how desperate they must have been.
stuff. And another funny clip between Gary Neville and Keane was Gary Neville was saying that he has the jersey from Messi. And Roy Keane was looking at him like, and he said, and did Messi take your jersey? And do you think he has it framed? he walked right into it. It's just so funny, so funny. But
Well,
there's great banter between them. There's great banter, you know.
I suppose I
And
they,
could tell Roy that I got a Brazilian number 10 jersey then.
yeah,
He'd make fun of that, no doubt,
yeah,
since I
oh
never
yeah,
even played in the game.
yeah.
I think the Neil Diamond story is so funny.
Oh,
I
it's
did.
have you ever been to a Neil Diamond concert?
No,
Oh, I've seen him a couple of times, and everyone is up singing.
yeah. So Roy,
Everyone.
He's
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
his
yeah,
story, his backstory is incredible for you to read it. His backstory, how he got into the music business, because his parents wanted him to be a doctor. They said at the university, but music was his God all the time. But how he got into songwriting and all this. But the poor man has Parkinson's now. Neil Diamond. He's suffering from Parkinson's.
they
And
they Gary Neville had seen do this after dinner speaking on a in a theatre, and they play video clips of parts of the game where one of them 9 times out of 10 it's always Neville's made a mistake knock up. But they got this one scene. I'll try and find it, send it over to you.
yeah,
Um, where it's about the incident in the tunnel at Highbury with Vieira.
yeah,
oh yeah,
And Roy Keane turns around and says, he goes, I got in all trouble in that corridor coming out of the changing room.
yeah,
He
yeah,
goes, I got in all the trouble because it was Gary Neville that started it all with Vieira
yeah,
in the warm up,
yeah,
pushing each other in the tunnel. He says, I come out, somebody says to us, oh, they're having a go at Gary Neville. And he says, who's having a go at Gary Neville? And one of the players, I think Giggs, turns around and says, "Oh, it's Patrick Vieira." He says, "So I suddenly get all into Patrick Vieira." He goes, "Gary Neville was always second or third behind me and Michael." He says, "I looked down the tunnel and Patrick Neville was literally the last person down the tunnel." And Neville's gone, well, he goes, Vieira scared me. I didn't want to go down the front near Vieira again.
yeah,
And he's like, yeah, no, I'm the one who got into all the trouble for sticking up to you. And
yes,
what's the queue? At the back of the queue.
yeah. Yeah. But there's some very that girl that's on with him, Jill Scott, is it? Jill Scott, that's on
Jim
the
Scott.
podcast.
Yeah, yeah, she's on that
She
podcast as
she
well.
she's very funny,
Yeah,
very
she
funny,
is. She gets
very
into
funny.
Roy Keane quite a bit.
Oh, and she came. They played the start of the podcast. And obviously, Keane was a bit late coming in, but Jill Scott was the latest Laura, and she came in later, and guy there was saying you're late, Jill. You know, which said I was in late. Keen as quick as a flash said, well, it made no difference, no, for the 2 hours you were in there, you know. I mean, to say that, like, just like that, deadpan, I mean, they must really get on with each other very well, but it is a very good podcast, I must admit, you know. I like it, you know. Cheers,
Roy
the open.
Keane, Roy Keane always teases Neville about being Gary Neville being his second best mate, and he said you were only his best mate because the birds he didn't want to go for, you landed with him.
Now, there's going to be some tasty matches coming up in the World Cup. Germany are playing Paraguay, and France are playing Sweden. And the winners of those games are playing each other. So you've got France playing Germany in the last 16. South Africa will be playing the other either Netherlands or Morocco. Portugal are playing Croatia and Spain are playing Australia. So you've got a Portugal Spain match, which will be an incredible match for the neighbours. USA are playing Bosnia and Belgium are playing Senegal. So the winners of those matches are playing each other. Will be USA and Senegal. Brazil are already through, so they became the winners of Ivory Coast and Norway. And Morocco are playing Ecuador, and they'll be playing the winners of England and the Congo. All good matches.
I've got
Argentina playing Cape Verde, and the winners will be playing the winners of Australia and Egypt. Switzerland are playing Algeria, and the winners will play Colombia or Ghana. So there's decent matches left in the last 16, which is very difficult to predict.
I've got a question for you, Joe.
Yes, mate.
These hydration breaks are going down like lead balloons with these matches,
Oh, it's no joke, mate.
and they're
To be
now
honest,
over here. They're now saying, "Get ready for this." Is that this hydration break might come into the Premier League,
no,
but it,
no.
it won't it won't be a hydration break. It'll be a warm up break with cups of Bovril and to warm the
Yeah,
players up.
And
no.
tea and toast.
Come on. Let's be honest. There was I saw one the other day where there were, I don't know whether it was the first hydration break or the second one, and the lads are going over to the players are going over to the sideline, and they're getting drinks off of the subs or the coaches, trainers, whoever's giving it them, and the referee is telling them, no, 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 you can't drink, you can't drink, and
Yeah,
then 2 minutes later he blows for the hydration break,
yeah, I saw
and
that
they
go.
go.
That
So, I, you know, soccer is a game of two halves, two equal
yeah,
halves,
Yeah,
not not, and how do you make make it into? And this is the problem when you play tournaments in America. They are so used to 3 and 4 quarters
yeah,
and eight innings and what have you, and
yeah, yeah.
so they're used to that. The rest of the world is not used to that, and
No.
but
you can't tell me that players need to have
no,
a hydration break at 22 minutes.
no,
They're probably at that stage. Some of them are not probably even warmed up for the game, and
yeah,
oh, and then Infantino says the other day, "Well, FIFA is not getting any money from this." I
not much.
I watched one down here last night in Palm Springs,
Yeah,
and it's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
You know, this is a joke, an out and out joke. And I tell you, when Bielsa said the other day, you know, we all complain, right? Here's the thing: we all complain about time wasting and all that, right? In the game of soccer, right? People booting the ball out, people going down with fake injuries and not doing anything. And Bielsa said, a hydration break is not part of football. It ruins the flow of the game.
Yeah.
It does.
You know, soccer is a moving game.
Yeah.
The same
I
same
mean,
as rugby is a moving game. You know,
if you,
American football is a stop and go game.
Yeah.
Basketball is a stop and go game.
yeah,
And they only play 60 minutes in basketball
Yeah.
because the clock stops every time that you have a timeout or whatever it is.
Yeah.
yeah,
So that and you know they're used to that over here, but
yeah.
where we are from our football, we're not used to that.
No.
You get a free kick, you want to go as quickly as you can.
I mean, you could have a team, say like Japan and Brazil, for the want of a deception, after busting their gut to get into the match, score a goal on the 22nd minute, and have what they call momentum, and then they break for a water break.
Yeah,
Well, it's happened a couple of times, doesn't it, in those group games where you could see the team that's actually got back into the game just want to carry on, and
Yeah,
you can see it when they come back out. It's a bit like starting again, isn't it?
it is,
yeah,
and
it is.
it, it breaks the momentum of the game. It is the one
Yeah.
thing that's ruining the World Cup this time around. It's ruining
I
it.
mean, it happened in one of the Germany group games where they went behind, and suddenly there was a hydration break. Which, let's face it, Joe, if you're watching it on US broadcasting, they go straight to a commercial, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
And you
absolutely they do.
tell me FIFA aren't making money out of that.
So,
Yeah,
have you watched it uh, when they're in the stadium and we have a hydration break, right? And it stops. Have you seen the scoreboard?
Yeah, changes about
Powerade, Powerade hydration break.
yeah.
yeah.
Hydration break powered by Powerade. And then it's their advert for it. And you're going,
But you,
it's
I mean
ridiculous.
that game in LA, when they play the match in LA, it's 20 degrees.
Yeah.
That's like a decent evening in the UK, isn't it?
It
Well,
is.
what about having a hydration break in an indoor stadium?
Yeah. Well, that's an indoor air conditioned stadium,
Yeah,
that LA one,
yeah,
and it's got a roof.
yeah,
And
Well,
they they
because
said the
because
temperature is 20
yeah,
degrees.
just was pissing rain at the nights, it's pouring rain down, and they were drinking
Yeah,
water.
the England game it was raining,
Yeah,
and they stopped for a hydration break. They're soaking wet.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you. I mean, when you listen to the crowd booing when the referee blows his whistle for a hydration break. I mean, you're not just. I mean, if they bring that over here for the Premier League, I think there'll be so many people will just switch off.
Oh
They,
yeah, they would. They
they
would.
won't go. They won't go to.
Could you
I
imagine
mean,
Exactly.
Millwall
you,
stopping
you've
for a
got.
hydration
I mean,
break?
it's
Go,
bad enough. No, it's bad enough soccer in England when you have the most boring team in soccer winning the Premiership. Arsenal, the most boring team to watch. They won the Premiership. That's bad
I,
enough. Instead of putting in a hydration break as well.
I just think, like if they and um, on the ITV coverage, you've got Keane, Vieira, Neville, Juan Mata, Duncan Ferguson, who's brilliant. Um, and they would talk. The Australian guy who used to manage Tottenham.
Oh
The
yeah,
Greek,
yeah, yeah.
the Greek name.
Uh, yeah.
What's the concept?
And
Postecoglou. Yeah,
Postacoglu,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's now got into the habit about well, that's the first quarter done, and Keane just rips it into him.
Oh, it's rubbish. Yeah,
I mean, it's like first quarter, second quarter, third quarter,
Yeah,
uh, and you just sit there and you kind of go, "I'll give over, will you?" I
But
mean,
you can be sure that there's a bigger picture involved in this. After the World Cup, you will see moves to. I mean, why would you bring in a hydration break in the Icelandic league?
well, that's why they were taking the piss really by saying it'd be a Bovril break, wouldn't it, at Mansfield
In the
on a
Norwegian,
Wednesday night in January? It'd be a Bovril break.
yeah, yeah. You bring your flask as well as your boots, is
Yeah, I
it?
mean, Neville was saying at Salford we could have a pie break.
So are you going to have 11 exercise bikes on the side of the field so the lads can keep warm?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Why does it a hydration break? Why has it got to be 3 minutes? Is that not tied into what adverts are around the whole world? They're 3 minute adverts, aren't they?
Yeah.
yeah,
On
yeah.
TV, even ITV or whoever, ABC, they go for an advert. It's for 3 minutes, and a hydration break. Oh, by coincidence, 3 minutes. Do they really need 3 minutes to get some orange squash down there?
I don't know if
And,
you've I don't know if you've seen the one, but at the last World Cup in the US when the Ireland were involved in it and they were playing down in I'm not sure if it was Orlando or
Orlando, Orlando, is it?
Orlando, yeah. And I forget which player it was that's gone back on the field, and
John Aldridge.
they've had he's had a drink and what have you, and then Jack throws a bottle of water over him from the sideline. So it's just like ridiculous. I mean, uh, what they're doing,
It is.
it makes no sense to me.
No, no.
So one
Well,
more question from the Lloyd. Did you manage to watch that motorcycle program, Road?
I couldn't
I didn't
find it.
watch that. I didn't watch that yet.
It wasn't. It wasn't available to me. But
Was it not?
to go to what you were saying about that last week, um, Roger Marshall told me he was a guy from Louth, just outside Grimsby. He was a professional racer, TT guy, and he said, he said the racing tracks are not the most dangerous place. He said there you have really no visual of how fast you're going. He said it's the TT races where the, the most danger is because everything is just like flashing by you in a blur. And he said you don't feel it, you don't see, you don't feel it. So you're just like gunning. Uh, the track is so wide open that you get no concept of how fast you're really going. But in the in the TT races, he said that's when it's the most dangerous. And
Yeah,
I think that's what we were talking about last week. You
Yeah, I
know,
yeah,
mean, when they come out of the town and they go round the mountain stretch,
yeah,
they they were on that program. They had a camera, didn't they, on the front of the bike? And if you look far enough forward, because I've watched it now a couple of times, and you can see a tree like 200 yards up the road, and within split seconds, the tree's gone past you,
yeah, that's
and
exactly what he
and
said. Yeah,
you're talking seconds, like a couple of seconds. It's not like you know a couple of hundred yards up there and it takes you 2 minutes to get there. It's
right.
past you before you go. Well, that's the
Before you,
tree,
yeah, 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 and
Well,
that's it.
before we go, we have to mention strawberries and Pimm's and strawberries and ice cream and Pimm's. Wimbledon began today. The Grand Slam of tennis. Djokovic is playing while we're on air at the moment, and he's lost the second set. He won the first set. He lost the second set to the Chinese player, and it's 2-all in the third set. And Sinner, that's his new name now, Sinner, the Sinner. He won today in 5 sets. He was taking the 5 sets by another one of the players, you know. He'll have to keep taking the turtle soup if he wants to win. But Alcaraz is out of the tournament. He was injured, so he's not in the tournament. And Sinner is the number one seed now and the favourite to win. Sabalenka won today, pulling up. These are the early rounds. as you know, the BBC have coverage of Wimbledon. I was saying to Devon before we came on here, the first week of Wimbledon on the BBC is full of all the British players playing who have no hope of winning the match, none whatever. And they show all their matches. Like Ostapenko was playing Harriet Dart. Harriet Dart got to play her because Radicana pulled out. She was injured again, and Harriet Dart was beaten. And in the centre court, I mean, really. Anyway, there we go. That was it. So if you're bored during the week and you have enough of football, you can tune into the tennis as well. To see all the no hopers the first week. I'll wait till next week when you have all the what we call the seeded players taking their rightful place in the tournament. In my opinion, that's how it is. Derwin, I thought
It,
Derwin would be at Wimbledon, but he didn't make his way down to it.
it's no, it's not my cup of tea. That's up there with Formula One, to be honest.
It's only down the road.
It's like, can I? Oh, maybe I'll go and watch it when I've got less time.
And is it expensive to go there?
No, Wimbledon are pretty good from that point of view.
Are they?
Yeah, and what they've also got at Wimbledon. So, if the three of us went there and we were there at 11 o'clock to watch the first race, if we got to 4 o'clock and went, "Oh, I've had enough now, I'm going out, going home," you can actually hand your ticket back in, and there's people queued up for that ticket. Come back in and watch the late version of the tennis. So
That's very good.
they recycle the tickets,
That's very good idea.
and
Very good.
it those recycled tickets go to the tennis foundation, so the kids get the benefit out of the. And it's like you could have a £200 ticket for centre court right next to the Royal Box, and they'll sell it for a tenner.
Well, I wouldn't want to be that near to the Royal Box at all.
But I mean, food's sensible, drinks are sensible. The strawberries, they rip the arse out of it. To be fair,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
get about 10 strawberries and $1.03 for something stupid like
I
8 quid.
can't understand the prices in this country, Joe. You don't have hamstrings. I know what prices are like down there, you know.
Yeah,
But I bought a bottle of distilled water and a small bottle of zero beer with two sips in it. €10. €10 or £10.
yeah,
Still cheaper than what the World Cup is, isn't it?
yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Anyway,
mean that.
yeah,
But that's interesting about all of that, because Augusta, you can get a sandwich for $2. You get a soda for like 1.50. They're not interested in making money out of the concession stand because
oh,
they make the money from the TV.
oh yes, yeah.
yeah. Well,
CBS, they
it's the
pay.
opposite over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's fascinating with how the
And
market
there-
runs themselves because they.
there's incredible money in it now in tennis. There's incredible money in professional sport as such, in golf as well, you know.
Oh,
And
it's huge. I mean, those guys in the Ryder Cup, they'll be earning a fortune. Like McIlroy will probably be paid £500,000 for tailor-made just for making the Ryder Cup.
he'll never be able to spend all his money as they say up here.
No, not as long as his Jack Jack 2 points downwards.
Well, we look forward to September. Hopefully we'll make it there. Anyway, from this edition of Sports View from Derwin, Joe. Joe, enjoy Palm Springs and keep us a bit of lobster, will you? For
yeah.
next week.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, keep a
Hey,
bit of lobster.
just before we go, did you guys see that last week or the week before King Charles was at Grundle Park, Grimsby?
You what?
He was at Grundle Park in Grimsby. He
What's
was at
it?
Grimsby Town. Yeah, he went up there for one of his charities. The people up there that have apparently been doing great work. So
Yeah,
he went up to visit him and was met them at the football ground and had the tour and the whole thing. So
Did
we
you get the did you get
yeah,
the fish and chip? Did you get fish and chips?
he did get fish and chips. He did. Hey, not just fish and chips, haddock and chips.
Haddock, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people in Grimsby wouldn't eat anything but haddock.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
yeah. No, the
that.
cotton chips. No, they no, they throw it back at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd throw you out for that, wouldn't
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Haddock and chips. My
yeah.
God. Make that memory. So Joe and Derwin, we'll see you next month, and we wish England the best of luck. They'll be looking forward to the next match or going home without it again when we're on air again next Monday night.
Why
We
am I?
wish them.
That was said with all the sincerity of a crocodile. That was.
Yeah.
I was probably
did,
talking to myself.
did,
That was
did you
said with all
did
the
you
sincerity of a crocodile staring at a great big lump of beef.
yeah.
That's Have a good
Uh,
week, lads, and enjoy the World Cup.
See you,
Take care.
boys. See
see
you,
you
boys.
boys.